Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Leatherneck Insider. I'm Caden Strength.
And I'm Ben Polanca. For the second week in a row, a Leatherneck softball player has won Leatherneck Insider Athlete of the Week. Our very own Peyton Hutchins is with this week's winner.
Thank you, Ben and Caden. This week I'm here with this week's Leatherneck Insider Athlete of the Week, Malia Robertson. Malia, what does it feel like to win Athlete of the Week this week?
You know, it's a huge accomplishment. I mean, I'm a freshman, and it's just something that I can keep building off of for previous games and just to keep looking forward.
And you know, you're a freshman this year, like you had mentioned. You have 15 stolen bases on the year. What are you seeing on the base pass that allows you to steal all these bases?
I kind of just see what the pitcher's throwing. I've gotten really good at reading the ball out of the pitcher's hand, so when I kind of see it down, I just go for it. And you know, going head first into bases, it helps me avoid the tags. So I kind of just base it off of that.
And you were first team all-conference both your junior and senior year in high school, and you played travel ball. What do those experiences help you prepare for the moment you are at right now?
Playing travel ball has helped me a lot just because I played with some of my teammates that are a lot better than me, and it just kind of taught me how to hold my own and just have confidence in myself that I'm here for a reason and I'm just going to keep producing and holding my own.
And speaking of teammates, is there anyone on the team this year that you've looked up to?
I've looked up to Meg Leonard and Riley Boone because we all play the same position, so they teach me a lot, especially Riley Boone when we're hitting. She helps me a lot with my slapping and just being more consistent, and Meg helps me in the outfield, just being confident in my throws and just making sure that I'm doing everything I need to do.
And last question for you, what's the expectation for you for the rest of the season?
My expectations just keep winning games, trying to produce for my team, being a hard out, just stealing bases to get us in scoring positions.
All right, thank you, Malia. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Hutch. Malia and the rest of the softball team is currently playing at SIUE in a doubleheader starting today at 1 p.m. Good luck, ladies.
The WIU baseball team lost their matchups against Tennessee Tech last weekend. Redshirt junior Brock Loomis had 2 hits in the series and has been swinging a hot bat lately, including a double in the 8th inning in WIU's previous home game, where he scored the winning run. Loomis breaks down his at-bat in that 8th inning and looks ahead to Eastern Illinois this weekend.
Going into the at-bat, I just thought have to have a good at-bat here. Just try to get on base, just do whatever I can. I know he threw me a first pitch fastball inside. They've been doing that to me all series, and I knew another one was coming, so I just decided to be on time with it, get down the line. And the feeling I got when I got second was awesome. And then Trevor hitting me in a couple pitches later was just a great feeling. I mean, there's nothing really could top that. I think just take it as we do every game. Just take it one game at a time. Come out, be aggressive. Just play our style of baseball. Play catch, hit the ball. Just do what we need to do to win every game we can.
The WIU baseball team is hosting Eastern Illinois this weekend for a 3-game series. First pitch today is set for 1 p.m.
Switching over to softball, freshman infielder Sofia Sanchez has brought immediate contribution to the team. Sanchez has 25 hits, 5 RBIs so far this season. Leatherneck Insider reporter Kobe Blackman got a chance to speak with her on her play and how she adjusted as a freshman.
Sanchez has had great contribution to the team. I got a chance to speak with her on how she's adjusted from high school to college.
I think the biggest adjustment has been leaving home, the scenery especially, because I come from Chicago in the city, and there's, it's very open out here, not a lot of my favorite food places, and another big thing is leaving family. I'm such a family-oriented person, and coming here with I actually kind of came here with one cousin, so coming here with just her is kind of a big change for me.
Sanchez continues to look to take advantage of her time she's getting as a freshman.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it feels good that I'm able to contribute as a freshman, and I just try to go in there and take advantage of any opportunity I get, and it always feels nice doing what I can for the team.
Sanchez has also liked the way the upperclassmen has helped her on her game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of upperclassmen helping me out, talking me through things, giving me tips, and I feel like that always helps coming from them because they have already been here and they know so much more than I do. So yeah.
I'm Kobe Blackman, reporter from Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Kobe. And some other softball news. Head coach Elisa Goller was named an assistant coach on the U18 and Elite USA softball teams. The USA National Team Camp begins June 26th in Oklahoma City. Goller coaching debut begins with the Elite team as they have 2 scrimmage games against Great Britain on June 29th and 30th. The team will then travel across the Pacific for the Japan All-Star Series from July 4th through the 8th.
Stick around because when we come back, we'll talk about a recent honor that men's basketball head coach Chad Boudreau was nominated for.
And Luke Little joins us to recap all the madness in NCAA. Stick around.
Not W. It's not W. It's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. It's saying W because I know it's something you're going to say there. Yeah, we've been there.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on?
They haven't said anything.
So we're ready to go, we can start.
Hello everyone, I am Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
Glad you're back with us. The Western Illinois men's basketball season has concluded after a devastating loss to Little Rock in the semifinals in the OVC Conference Tournament. This was Coach Chad Boudreau's first season as a head coach with the Leathernecks, and he's made a lot of accomplishments, including over 20 wins, 10 of which were on the road, and most recently, he was named one of the finalists for the Joe B. Hall National Coach of the Year Award. Congratulations to Coach Boudreau on a spectacular season.
Well, Caden, March Madness is just about to wrap up. The Final Four will be taking place this weekend, and the championship will be taking place on Monday at the State Farm Stadium. Luke Little joins us to go over the Final Four. Luke, what can you tell us about these last Final Four teams?
Well, guys, this year's Final Four has been set for the matchups in Glendale, Arizona. The main story of this year so far is the 11-seeded NC State Wolfpack. But before they can make it to the national championship game, they have to take on the reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, and the Purdue Boilermakers. On the other side of the bracket, we have 4-seeded Alabama facing off against the reigning NCAA champions, UConn. This will be UConn's 7th Final Four appearance since 1999. Let's start off with the NC State Wolfpack, the Cinderella of the tournament, along with possibly the most popular player of the tournament, DJ Burns. The Wolfpack took down a surging Duke team to advance to the Final Four first time since Jimmy Valvano's squad in 1983 when they won the national title against Houston. The Boilermakers make a Final Four appearance for the first time since 1980 when they beat Iowa in the third-place title game. Purdue, who is led by Zach Edey, the favorite to be the 2-time Player of the Year, looks to attain their first ever NCAA championship banner. The Crimson Tide reached their first ever Final Four thanks to a nation's best 90.2 points per game, and have scored 89 in their last 2 NCAA games. However, Alabama is also the 7th most points per game allowed this season at 81.1. UConn ranks within the top 25 of both of those categories and are currently on a 10-game March Madness win streak. Their last March Madness loss came against New Mexico State in the 2022 tournament. The Huskies have an average margin of victory so far this tournament of nearly 28 points. UConn, the current favorite to win this year, would be the first team since 2006-2007 Florida to win back-to-back titles. But what about you guys? Who do you think is going to come away with the national championship this year?
Give me Zach Edey and Purdue. I think that Purdue could definitely beat UConn, although it's really tough to bet against UConn, Ben.
Yeah, it is very tough to bet against UConn. You know, the defending national championships from last year. They have a good chance to win, but I can also see Purdue and Zach Edey ending UConn's dreams to repeat. Well, we're going to take a short break here, but when we come back, we'll have more Western Illinois sports. Stay with us.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here,
at Western.
Welcome back. Heading out to the golf course, WIU men's golfer Baptiste Laberry won OVC Player of the Week for his recent performance at the Big Texan. This is the first weekly honor that the men's team has acquired since joining the league. Laberry led the WIU, finishing tied for 45th, shooting 9 over. Laberry's best stretch came in the back 9 in the round 3, where he was able to bury 3 birdies, helping him shoot 3 over for the round. Overall, Laberry finished with 8 birdies in the tournament. Both men's and women's teams will be hosting the WIU Intercollegiate this weekend in Silvis, Illinois.
The Western Illinois men's soccer team kicked off their preseason with a 5-0 win against Oakton. Our reporter Abdullah Dukure caught up with Coach Johnson on the team's preparation.
After a change of conference from the Summer League to the Ohio Valley Conference, the men's soccer team now have signed 13 new players. Coach Eric Johnson talked about how he's planning to elevate the team performance to go ready for the new season.
Elevating our performance is critical. The first thing is we have to improve offensively and score goals. You can't win without it. And we were very poor this year in finishing goals. We were pretty competitive defensively, and we kept ourselves in games for a long period of time. So we have to improve the attack. And some of that is with, for example, the 2 freshmen, Xavier and Diego, and adding Liam into that is another, and then a couple of the other freshmen that are playing in wide positions like Aiden and Oscar Gravelius. They also have to step up.
Every single team and player have a unique style of play, same thing as the WU men's soccer team. Eric Johnson talked about how he is planning and working on introducing the WU soccer player style for the new players.
Playing faster is playing in small spaces, limiting touches, improving vision so that you see what's happening, and then the final thing is knowing what you're going to do before you have to do it, and that's through training, and then the communication, and then our older players have to help the younger players. They can't get frustrated or disgusted. They need to be teachers as well, and so we have that first month of the season will be critical for that.
Some of the players may be new to the WIU team, however, they're not new with Coach Eric Johnson.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for everyone. For one, they know my personality, and they know I'm very competitive, and I'm going to push them. They like that. They want to be pushed. They're coachable. They'll listen. If I say something that's pretty intense, they're not gonna fold. They know it's coming. They know me.
The WIU finished the first 2 games with the winning 5-0 for the first one and 0-0 on the last game. Reporting from Leatherneck Insider, I am Abdullah Dukure. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Abdullah. Starting out the season with a 5-0 win is a kickoff everyone loves to see. Good luck to the men's team going into the new season.
The WIU track and field team has started their 2024 outdoor season and have already started to break program records. Logan Lamel placed first overall in the outdoor 3,000 steeplechase, setting a new program record with a time of 8 minutes and 58.10 seconds. This is the 3rd program record that Lamel has broken this semester alone, setting a record previously in the indoor 3,000 and the indoor mile. Because of Lamel's program record setting the time, he was also announced that OVC Male Co-Track Athlete of the Week, and it puts him in contention for the NCAA West Region berth. To qualify for runner must have a top 48 in the region, and he must currently sit at 33rd. Lamel and the team will be back in action April 13th at the SIUE Cougars Classic. Coming up after the break, we'll bring you Macomb High baseball and softball.
And Short Takes joins us. Stay tuned.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Welcome back here in Salee Hall. The Macomb High baseball team season is on our way and conference game is about to come up shortly. I got a chance to speak with head coach Dustin Lambert on their team start of the season and their upcoming schedule.
We set up our schedule to face the bigger schools on the front end of the season so that we can work on and see what we need to work on to compete when we start our conference games and go towards setting up for postseason play. When we get to conference starting next week, we know who can handle. And so we're going to go in there and be prepared to take control of the game, control the pace of the game, control the hitting, control the pitching, and control the fielding, and get on top early so that there isn't any question on who is going to be the best in the conference.
The Bombers will be back in action this Monday against Co-op at 4:30 p.m. to start their Prairie Land Conference game. Good luck, Bombers!
The Macomb High softball team is currently 3-1 on the season. Due to some bad weather early in the week, the Bombers have not been able to play softball. Taking a look at their upcoming schedule, the Bombers are currently playing Pittsfield at home and will then take on Camp Point Central at home on Tuesday at 4:30. The Lady Bombers will then travel to Farmington to compete in their first Prairie Land Conference matchup of the season next Saturday.
Well, it's now time for your favorite segment of the show, Short Takes. Let's hear what you got for us, Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers, two of the best scorers that women's college basketball has ever seen. They'll be facing off against one another in the Final Four, and that's going to be a great matchup. Caitlin Clark last year won the Player of the Year. 2021, Paige Beckers won the Player of the Year. These two will be lights out in the Final Four game. In my opinion, I think UConn will move on to that national championship game. Now let's talk about the Phoenix Suns in the NBA. Can they make it work with those three great scorers, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal? In my opinion, they will, because of the experience that they have. Anytime you have stagnant offense, you have guys who can go get you a bucket. And Kevin Durant, he's the head of the snake there, even though Devin Booker's been there the longest. And I think they can definitely make a run in the playoffs to the championship game. Let's talk about another team in the West, the Los Angeles Lakers. Talking about that experience that you have to have in the playoffs, LeBron James definitely has that. Anthony Davis has it as well. They won a championship in 2020. So the Lakers will definitely have a chance to upset one of those top teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, like the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. You never know in the playoffs. You have to have guys who can go get you a bucket. You have to have guys who know what to do in tight games. And arguably the greatest player in the world on your team, you have a great chance. Let's talk about Joel Embiid and him coming back from his injury. I don't think he should have come back because a knee injury like that, you have to look ahead to the 2024 Olympics this summer. The Philadelphia 76ers, no one really picked them to be a championship contender this season. You're not going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. You're not going to beat the Boston Celtics. And if you make it to the NBA Finals, you're not going to beat the Denver Nuggets. So I think he definitely shouldn't have come back this season, should have waited, because there's no upside for him returning, especially with the media in today's age. You have to kind of think about that, and people kind of criticize players for coming back too early and them being hurt and not playing to their full potential. So I think he should have sat this season and looked forward ahead to the 2024 Olympics. Now last, let's talk about who should be the MVP of the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Nikola Jokic. It definitely should be SGA. No one thought that the Oklahoma City Thunder would have been the second seed or maybe even the first seed in the Western Conference this year. Nikola Jokic, we know what he's going to do. He's going to have those triple-double stat lines, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's been arguably the most consistent player in the NBA this entire season, and I think he should win his first MVP this year. What about you guys? Who do you guys think should win the MVP this year?
Thank you, Jalen. Me personally, I really want to give SGA the award. What do you think?
I think Jokic should definitely get the award. He's the reason why the Denver Nuggets won the championship last year, and he's been a huge factor for them this year, so I'm going to have to go with Nikola Jokic.
Definitely a very good argument there. That's all the time we have for you today. We thank you for tuning in. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at InsiderWIU. For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Caden Strunz.
And I'm Ben Polanco. We'll see you next week for another episode of Leatherneck Insider.